Hey everyone, welcome back to another Halloween decor hunt. Today is Friday, July 23rd. Normally don't go out on a Friday, but I was determined to at least stop by one store before I had to go to work. This is me in my corporate form. My corp goths know the feeling. Got to tone it down at least a little bit, just a smidge, but I digress. So today, we are stopping by Joann's, since I remember I had that conversation with a manager a few weeks ago that they would be coming out with some of their Halloween decor hopefully this weekend, so I want to stop by real quick to see if that's true. Try not to stop by Homegoods as well, since technically I still need to get groceries before work and I have an hour and a half until I have to be at work, so we're going to be rushing. So let's see if this actually everything gets done or not. I have a few stores I'd like to stop by during this weekend. Tomorrow I'm heading up north for a little surprise dinner for my mother-in-law, but we'll also be hunting around up there as well. And then Monday, Bath & Body Works is supposed to have their stuff hit the floor, so I'm gonna see if there's anything there worthwhile. I know their stuff went online today, and I know some stuff has already been sold out. Figured that would be the situation. But I'd like to see exactly what they have in person. Raises the serotonin levels because that's what makes me happy. I know for some people, it also makes you guys happy too to see those things out on the floor. So, we're gonna see if they have anything. Without further ado, let's head into Joann's. Okay, I'm back home now. Went into both Joann's and Homegoods before grabbing groceries and then going to work. Was not late, because as much as I'd like to use the excuse, sorry I was late, I was Halloween decor hunting, that probably wouldn't fly. Although to be fair, most people at work would not be surprised if that ever actually happened. So what I found at Joann's, and the beauty of this is that I had plenty of time now throughout the day to actually write everything down that I saw. So walking into Joann's, what they have out so far seems to be more of a traditional Halloween look. So your orange and your black and your white, very much your traditional 1950s, 60s kind of throwback to Halloween, with some modern flair to it as well. So first I saw some oil slick skeletons. They're about 2 to 3 feet tall. You can hang anywhere. So nice and shiny there. I also saw several ornaments that you could put on a spooky tree. I believe they had it looked like a bat, but it was feathered. It's like a raven's feathers, but it was a bat. So you had that. They had several spiders, several different colors of spiders. One spider on a spider web. They had a witch hat with a bat hanging off the tip of it. And then they also had a skeleton hand. So those would be perfect for putting on your spooky tree. Okay, so I also saw glitter trees. Now, I know At Home's glitter tree was a huge disappointment because it just like came off on your hands. This one, I tried. I put my hand around the tree and I squeezed, and I took my hand away and there was barely any transfer at all. So that's good. These are about 2.5 to 3 feet tall. However, they're also $60 a piece. So if you have your Joann's coupons, use those. Or if you can wait until things go on, start getting discounted, I'd probably do that. Yes, they're good quality, but I also know that sticker shock, especially if you're a ghoul on a budget, it can smack you. I won't lie, it will smack you. And then of course you have your skulls. So you have lots of skulls. You have your oil slick skull. I believe they also had a skull with some texture on it. I'm not quite too sure what that texture was. It was white. Then they had this giant black skull, and I mean huge, filled up an entire lower shelf. Also came across some black wicker pumpkins. Kind of a rustic feel, but I love the fact that they're black. They also had a decent sized black plastic cauldron. Also, please excuse me if my voice is going. I was talking an awful lot at work today, so please bear with me as I go through this. They also had several pumpkins. So they were cloth ones. They had some that were not bedazzled. I think the one was a silver glitter pumpkin with like a spider web on it and a black spider. That was pretty cool. Pumpkins with spider webs, black and white striped pumpkins. So a big collection of pumpkins for you to choose from. So they also have a few selections for pillows this year. They have ones that has spooky written all over it. They also have one with a jack-o'-lantern on it. I believe there's also a long pillow that I'm blanking on what is on it. They also have a cloth garland there that's pretty rustic, orange and tan, so you can hang that anywhere, perhaps in your spooky tree, over a doorway. They also had a spooky branch garland, which is kind of like your spooky tree, but the branches off of it that hangs down and it lights up. I believe it lit up orange and purple. Those are pretty cool. I like that. I'm fairly certain there's some glitter in there, so I'm not too sure about the glitter sheddability with that. So buyer beware. Then this was interesting. They had some sleigh bells, but these were Halloween sleigh bells. So these are black and purple sleigh bells and black and orange sleigh bells. There we go. And yes, you did shake them and they did actually sound like bells. So that was pretty interesting. They also had quite the selection of towels. Skulls, cats, spiders, spider webs. They also had an oven mitt, and I think that was with a witch with a matching towel, I believe. Ghost towel. What really got me this year though, so far, was their signs. And I had to fight with myself. I'm like, Ghoul, you can't be spending all this money right off the bat. Don't do it. So quite a few signs here. I don't think I wrote everything down because there's so many signs. So they had a welcome sign, but it was above it was a jack-o'-lantern or a pumpkin. So that was really cute. They also had a spooky vibes only sign with a ghost and everything else. That was nifty. A long happy Halloween sign. That was great. They had a boo sign, so it was a tall sign, tall black one with boo written down it. Home sweet haunted home. I mean, there's so many signs this year, so I'll show everything that I can. It was really good, really happy to it made me really happy to see all those. They also had a couple of light up ones. So they had a boo light up sign. So it's black and you push the button, at least the little temp button they had there, and everything's spelled out, lit out boo. But my favorite, and the one I'm like, can I put you somewhere? It was this giant orange glitter silhouetted witch flying on our broom. All right, I know I have this thing against glitter. I've made that very well clear. But I was sorely tempted because this thing also lit up. It's not like a marquee, but it's kind of like, oh, you'll see. But it's gorgeous. It's massive, and I've been sitting in my office trying to figure out where would I put you. So I've got a spot, but I also have other plans for that exact spot. So that is so difficult. That thing is also $60. But like I said, if you've got your Joann coupons, you'd be good to go with that. I don't think that sign is going to make it to discounted sale though. I think that's going to be one of the ones that goes off, that flies off the shelves. No pun intended. But I would keep an eye out for that. That thing's fantastic. I did chat with the manager. She saw me as soon as I walked in. She's like, guess who's back? And I was like, hey everybody. So thank you for welcoming me. I appreciate it, folks at Joann's. Love y'all, I do. Talk to her about what to expect for this season when it comes to the stuff they're getting in. First off, she said that what was in today, because they were actually stocking the shelves as I walked in, was that this was not even a third of what they are getting. And this is not the only line they are getting either. So they have a lot more coming, folks. And she also said that their deliveries are very late this year. Don't have a timeline yet, but it looks like they're going to be putting this out in pieces throughout the entire season. So you're not going to get like a massive wave and here's everything at this, like at your Joann stores. That's not going to happen this year. So this is going to be a situation where you're going to want to keep checking back every week or so to see what they've got coming out. So stay tuned. We'll probably have quite a bit more coming from Joann's in the future. Next up is Homegoods. The stuff that I found this time was hidden throughout the store in various areas. So you're gonna actually have to hunt for the items in the store. What I found off of, not an end cap that was facing the actual main walkway, but one that was facing the a wall of a store, was 2 tri-skeleton hand bowls. So what I mean by that is it's like these 3 skeleton hands that are holding up this bowl, black, pretty decent quality. It would be a really good fruit bowl if you have like lots of like fruit or bananas or anything else like that. Also saw a rather large skull plate. I also saw a Dia de los Muertos cat statue. I saw 2 of those. So they're painted up like that. Then I saw placemats. I actually saw quite a bit involving placemats and all this type of sort of decor involving Halloween. So we have your black circular placemat with ghosts on it. They also had one that was tan with the witches in written on it and has a little black witch's hat with it. They also had another black circular one. No, sorry. They also had another white circular one with black spider web and spiders on it. So that was pretty nifty. They also had some napkin holders. Now these are rhinestone. I was kind of put off at first when I saw it. Now thinking back, I'm like, you know, they're actually pretty cool. They had spider napkin holders that were rhinestone, bats. That was pretty nifty. And I got the cat one. They also found one that was cats. I wasn't too sure if that was really Halloween or not, but since cats are part of Halloween, I'm thinking black cats, I threw it in as well. So we've got that. They also had several of their aprons in. So they have a black and white striped one with witch's brew on it. And they have a witch on a broom flying over the silhouette of they have a witch on her broom silhouette flying in front of a big old full moon with a bat also, I believe, near the front of the broom. So there's that. They also had a orange and white striped Hocus Pocus apron. And I believe they also had matching tea towels to go with all of this. So be on the lookout if you want to be matchy-matchy with your stuff. I know I am in the kitchen. They should have matching tea towels to go along with that. As for towels, oh Lord, they had plenty of towels this time around. I will say the towels were not very thick. These were your thin tea towels. So good for appearances, not great for like really wiping off dishes or drying dishes. So keep that in mind. But they're great if you're doing like a dessert service, tea service, thing like that. So they had, and I'm going to go through, I'm going to show as much as I can, but I'm also going to describe as much as I can. They had several bats. They had rustic pumpkins. They also had a candy corn one, which read too much candy corn. They also had a big old black cat one. They also had a nifty one that looked like a jack-o'-lantern, but is an owl. So that was pretty interesting. Of course, you had your dogs in costumes, so pet lovers, have fun with that. They also had a skeleton with a jack-o'-lantern head, quite a few others. I think they also had a Dia de los Muertos skull as well. I'm probably missing quite a few, so I'll show as much as I can if I'm forgetting it, even though I wrote as much down as I could. They also had oven mitts. So they had a skeleton hand one, which goes up to your like forearm, so your actual mitt itself. Actually, no, that's more like your mitt or glove. I don't know how you would call it. And then you also had the shorter one, which goes up to about your wrist or so. And those were skulls and bats. They also had several fleece blankets out, or at least your plush throws is what they're calling them on the tags. So they have one that is just a phase. It's called a just a phase. It has a moon symbols on it, so it's white and black, really soft, really pretty. I had to argue with myself to not get that one, like I needed another blanket. They also had a tic-tac-toe with bats and ghosts. This was orange plush. I think it also said trick or treat on it as well. It was really cute. I think that'd be perfect for a kid. Or if you're a kid at heart, I don't judge. You do you, folks. You do you. Whatever makes you happy. They also had I believe this is a Ray Dunn one. It was black throw, and down the bottom it had squad ghouls with a little ghost next to it. So they had that. And then they also had a palm reader and stars themed one. I think it said magic across it. I also tried to get close-ups of the cards that showed what the entire thing would look like folded out. So I'll show that as best I can. They also had quite the selection of small pillows. So if you are a pillow collector, have fun. They had one that was trick or treat. It was black and white. They also had a beaded Jack Skellington head one. That was pretty nifty. I had to fight with myself to not get that one. Of course, they had their skulls. They had a skeletons and tutus. That was cute. That was different. I was even surprised to find one with gnomes, and I actually found it cute. Normally, I'm not a gnome person, but this one was cute. The gnome legs were hanging off the edge. It was adorable. Then they had a haunted house theme. There was orange, black haunted house, and and a witch flying on a broom in the sky. So that was pretty nifty. And that is by no means all the pillows that I'm describing here. Like, I'll show everything I can with this, because there was a lot. Homegoods is really upping their small pillow game this year. As for decor, not too much on the actual decor front right now. It's all very rustic. I'm noticing a very common theme with that rustic theme right now. I don't know how to describe it. So it's a wooden jack-o'-lantern. So it's a jack-o'-lantern face on a wooden canister, but it doesn't have a lid on it. Pretty decent sized. They also had a box where the front of it was chicken wire, and on that chicken wire was a large black spider. They had several cloth garland selections. So there was skulls. Another looked more kind of like, it's very similar to the At Home Halloween Heroes line, but in Homegoods style. You'll know what I mean when I show it to you. They also had a large white wooden skeleton that you could hang, pretty decent size. I'd say that's about 3 feet long or so. I might be a bit wrong on my measurements on that. And then they also had a metal lantern. They also had 3 jack-o'-lanterns that were metal that were just sitting on top of each other. So you could probably put that indoors. I don't know if it's outdoor safe. I didn't double check that. Sorry about that. But that's all that I saw at Homegoods here. So we're starting to get some stuff at Joann's, which is great. Homegoods is starting to filter their stuff out. Still waiting for my spooky mugs. So that was today. Tomorrow, Saturday, we are driving up to the Chicagoland area. Bless my husband's heart, he actually has already been planning the timing of all this. So we are stopping by both At Home up there and their Homegoods. Check to see if there's any other stores in the area that would fit within our time frame, but right now those are the 2 we're going to be shooting for right now. Hopefully they have stuff that we haven't seen yet. Then again, I've only been to At Home once. I know there's been quite a bit coming out yet. There's still some things I am desperately looking for, so hopefully they have some stuff. And I know I'm still planning on going to Bath and Body Works on Monday. I'll see if there's anything else that comes up in the meantime. If so, I'll bring the camera along. But so far, our plan right now is At Home and another Homegoods. I'll see you then on Saturday. Outfit for the day for both hunting and having a surprise birthday dinner for my mother-in-law. Since I had a couple comments on my style, so this is it today. Close-up of the makeup for the day, keeping it orange and black and yellow, so very much jack-o'-lantern colors. Skirt, belt, shoes are Killstar. Top is thrifted. Necklace is from a website on Etsy. I'll see if I can find it. Earrings were at a store in a mall, surprisingly enough. So we shall see if I can get that stuff, if I can find that stuff again, and if so, I'll link it in the description below. But in any case, we are off. So we got out of At Home. They had some new things. Hadn't been to this one before. This is up by Aurora, Illinois. Still some pretty barren shelves, but they still had some new stuff that I hadn't seen before. Wasn't able to make it to Homegoods today, but that's just fine. I still might stop by the one again back in Champaign on Sunday to see what they've got, but I digress. And also, pardon me, my voice is trying to go apparently, so we're gonna work through it. So if I take pauses, it's me drinking water and trying to fix this. Saw some new signs this time around. There was a Ouija board sign, a little small one that you could hang up. They also had a crematorium sign, said Eternal Flame on it. So these were both black. They also had a black and orange striped Happy Halloween sign. It was pumpkin shaped with a, for the stem was a witch hat. I think that last one was from the Halloween Hoedown line. They also had a black floral piece, kind of like a floral stem. Had some sort of dangling, for lack of a better term, vine coming from it. I tested it, it had some glitter on it, not a lot of transfer. So those like me who aren't great on glitter, you'd be fine with that one. You'd be just fine. Then they also had a black table runner that was a lace, so it goes the length of a table with a skull design etched into that, not etched, sewn into it, sorry. Then they also had, I know I showed this in my first video, but this had more of the scent sachets or sachets. I still can't remember how to say that word right, bear with me. But in any case, each of the lines has a different scent sachet with it. This one was the Halloween Heroes one. It said it was candy corn. I didn't get a very strong sense of smell from it. I'm betting the plastic kind of held that, or it's more subdued, because they also had another one for the Dark Decadence line that was called Black Widow scent, and that was potent. I would almost say that one was spicy. So I would test those out. If you are very sensitive to smells, just be careful, because some are a lot stronger than others. They also had, and I thought these were so adorable, in the Halloween Heroes section. Not my style, but they had little bobbleheads. So these little miniature bobbleheads. There was one with a witch, and then they had a skeleton who was holding a jack-o'-lantern, and then they had a ghost. Now the ghost wasn't a bobblehead because the entire ghost body itself bobbled. Still pretty cute. I showed this earlier once, but it was a very brief flash earlier in my first video, but the desktop mini Halloween tree, it's mimicked after the ceramic trees, but it's plastic, so less likely you're going to knock it over on your desk. So that's kind of cute to have for like an office setup. They also had oil slick jack-o'-lantern tea light candle holders or candle jars. So you put a little tea light in it and it lights up, really miniature, still pretty cute. Insulated cups. I didn't see much of I didn't see really any dishware, glassware, anything like that. But these little cups would be great for your cold drinks, your coffee, or anything else. They had 3 different ones. One was white that said, "I'm here for the booze." Then they had 2 others which were black. One said "Witch's Brew," and the other one was a poison with a poison design on it. Of course, for those who like your skeletons, they had a foot or so tall miniature skeletons, plastic ones that you could hang. I believe they were like $6 a piece. So you can hang those wherever you want, or you can hang them from your car. Just make sure it's not on your rearview mirror. You will get pulled over for that. They also had your traditional sheeted ghost that you could hang. So I'd say this one was about 4 feet long or so. And then they also had a miniature sheeted ghost with little black eyes and a witch's hat and legs out at the bottom of it. Kind of reminded me of either a cartoon character or a video game character, something you would see like in Final Fantasy. I've seen something like that once before. They also had quite the collection of outdoor mats. I hadn't seen these yet. The one that I went to 3 at homes before, I'd only seen a very small smattering of these. So the ones that they had this time was they had one that said "Sup Witches," and it was tan, very simple design. Then they had one that was black that said "Welcome, the Witch is in," and that one was with a white broom with it. They also had a tan "The Witch is in." This one was you can see the legs of a witch with witch boots and her broom and everything else. She's standing there. They also had one that said "Boo," and it was in an orange box with spider webs all over it. It was also black and white. Trick or treat. It was a tan one with trick or treat with a raven sitting on a pumpkin, or not really, no, sitting perched on a pumpkin. Maybe a better way of saying that. This was gorgeous. An extra large Happy Halloween doormat with the jack-o'-lanterns and a graveyard scene, an owl and a raven. Like it was a look. But I say extra large. I mean this thing was like what, 2.5 feet long. It was huge. A regular Happy Halloween doormat, outdoor doormat with a cat, jack-o'-lantern, ghost, and a trick-or-treater. And they also had a tan one with decorated skulls, and they're decorated with spiderweb and spider designs. Then they also had some smattering of skeletons. These ones were dog skeletons. This was kind of pretty. It reminded me of Beauty and the Beast a little bit. It was a skeleton hand holding a red rose under a cloche. Very kind of whimsical, a little bit, kind of fairy tale-ish. So that was rather nice. From the Halloween Hoedown collection, a Jean oblong looking pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern. From the Spellbound series, I hadn't seen these before. It was a collection of little figurines. One was a frog with a butterfly on it, kind of like a little toad. Then they also had a skull like tea light jar with a butterfly on that as well. And then they also had a skull with butterflies all over that. And all of these had a very oxidized look to it, brownish and kind of copperish looking. So a little different, very pretty. For your indoor mats, these are the ones I would probably put inside by your front door, or even if you want something like in your kitchen while you're standing on by your stove or by your kitchen sink, I'd recommend these for you. These one said enter at your own risk, and this is gray with a dragon with red eyes. Another one was enter if you dare, and that was decorated with skull and roses. Another one said Happy Halloween, and that one was covered in spider webs. I think the Happy Halloween was draped like a banner in the design of that. A orange trick or treat doormat with bats on that. And then there was another one that said Happy Halloween. It was brown, kind of like a wood background on that, with a skull and a spider. This at home also had some outdoor decor. Hadn't seen this yet. So one was a black LED tree with purple hanging leaves. It was kind of reminiscent of a weeping willow, but not exactly. So my husband mentioned that that the purple leaves looked like peppers. So there wasn't anything actually physically out on display. All they had were the boxes. So I couldn't exactly tell you what it kind of looked like standing up because I don't know. But there's the box for you. Sorry. Then they also had a 6 foot tall stacked orange and white jack-o'-lanterns that are kind of like leaning over to one side. These are also LED light up. So if you like decorating with some sort of like light up jack-o'-lanterns, you've got that. And then they also had a large LED light up spider that you could decorate with. So that's the new stuff that I saw from at home today. This one, like I said, didn't have a whole lot out, but we're still going to be on the lookout for other at-home stores. We're probably going to make another trip to Indy at some point to check that out. Might come back up to Aurora again. We'll see. I may stop by a couple places tomorrow. I don't know. If I do, I'll of course take the camera along, but I may swing by Menards, may swing by Home Depot. I know Home Depot has released their animatronics. I don't know if they're in stores yet. There are two in particular that I'm interested in. And I want to see quality first to make sure if it's worth it. But there's a giant Jack and Sally, I believe Sally's 6 foot tall, Jack is 6.5 feet tall. And I think that would be great for a display. The problem is Sally is indoor outdoor use, but Jack is only indoor use only, and we would like this for an outdoor display. So gotta see exactly why Jack is indoor only before we take the dive into getting them. So gotta do my research first on that. If any of you guys know, let me know. If any of you work at Home Depot and know, please let me know. I'd really appreciate it. But I may swing by at least 1 or 2 stores tomorrow. I don't know. If not, then we'll be off to Bath and Body Works on Monday morning. We're back home now. I've seemed to regain at least a little bit of my voice, so we're hoping that stays. Probably going a little bit, but whatever. So we did buy one interesting thing, and that would be the standing pumpkins for the front yard. I believe I showed that to you, at least in the box. So we decided to put it together, and I'll show you what it looks like. So here it is. It is pretty tall. I'm currently in some platform boots right now, so I'm about as tall as it is. But first impressions, it's actually pretty sturdy. So you have a stand back here. So this is how it clasps right here. It holds in with this metal piece, but that shouldn't be going anywhere. This is how it goes together. So it's actually 2 pieces that you snap in and lock in place. It does come with stakes, so you can loop that through in the bottom, both here and here. And there's also another spot in back. This is cloth, and I think these are felt, if I'm looking at these right. So I'm not too sure, even though it said this is for indoor and outdoor use, I'm not too sure exactly how this is going to stand up to the elements. So we may not be putting this out in our yard exactly. We may put it on our front porch where it will be covered to see if we can protect it at least a little bit more from the elements and the wind, because we live out on the out by farm fields, and so the wind is pretty fierce come October. But I'll show you what it looks like also with the lights off. Yucky. All right. So it does glow pretty nicely. Definitely see it from the street. Let me back up. Please excuse the messy dining table and kitchen area. But it does glow pretty nicely. So if you would like to do something with a jack-o'-lantern theme in your front yard, this would be an option. I know that we're probably going to be doing a Nightmare Before Christmas theme. What else is new? And so this should work pretty well. So we're going to see what this looks like at the end of the season and then touch base again.
Hey everyone, we are back. It is Monday, July 26th. No, I did not go out yesterday. Yes, my voice is pretty much gone. This is actually better than what it's been all night. Just got off of work. It is 11:30 and my mall opened about 24 minutes ago, which means hopefully our Bath and Body has products on the floor for Halloween. So let's hope that's actually true. Let's hope they haven't been sold out already, because I would not be surprised if they were. So while I am tired and my voice sucks right now, I am determined to go do this, because this is going to be the one thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to go to bed. But hopefully we find something. Hopefully. We have Halloween. We have Halloween. Okay. So, first walked up, saw the signs at the entrance of the store of Halloween stuff is here. Woman took one look at me. She's like, everything you're looking for is right back in the middle in this big old display. And oh, it was gorgeous. Like I just filmed for 5 minutes straight, just circling the thing. Probably looked like an absolute nut, but it was so pretty. It was so pretty. I'm a stickler for aesthetics. So items that I saw. First and foremost, let's get the big giant thing out the way. The large pedestal with the snow globe in the middle that depicts a graveyard scene and trees. Well, not trees, a tree. The white flying around are ghosts. I hadn't noticed that before, but that was really neat and pretty. Yes, it's black glitter. No, the transfer is not that bad. So kudos to them. That was gorgeous. I loved that. Clear plastic, large skull that lights up like disco colors and everything else. They also had the silver pedestal with like little monster pedestal that glowed green in the middle. And it actually does like this pulsing green. I don't know if it's going to show up well on camera, but it reminds me so much of that little monster from under the bed from Nightmare Before Christmas. So I was like, oh, instant memories there for that one. Gold skull soap. They also had a gold skull soap holder. There we go. Got it that time. So that was pretty nice. I would have loved it a lot more if it was silver. I'm more of a silver girl myself, not gold. To each their own. So if you like gold, they got that there for you. They also had the bat soap holder. That was ceramic. That was cute. That was a struggle for me. That was a big struggle because I'm like, it doesn't really fit. Oh, I'm losing light. Oh well. It doesn't really fit my normal kitchen aesthetic, which is where it would probably go because it's a tad cutesy for me. But it was close, y'all. I still might do it. For another candle holder, they also had a rhinestone spider web with a jeweled spider on it. Very simplistic, yet very chic, if you ask me. So that was very pretty. If you're going for a more subtle, spooky aesthetic for your Halloween decor or your everyday decor, if you're kind of like me. Oh, for the wallflower, they had one which was a Dia de los Muertos skull, or Dia de los Muertos style skull. So that one lit up, I believe. They also have the vampire chihuahua. So all you chihuahua fans out there, yeah, your little cute chihuahua, there you go. They did not have the haunted house out. From what I understand, it's the same one from last year, but I still didn't see it. So I wish I saw it, because I almost got it last year, except I realized every single plug I would have put it in, it wouldn't have worked. So due to the direction of my plugs, or I probably had towels hanging in the way of the thing, so it wouldn't have made any sense anyway for me. The pocket back holders. Okay, so they had 4 different styles. They had the pumpkin spice latte, which was very cute. I'm a PSL girl myself, so yay me. They also had a little candy corn with like what looked to be little bear ears. So that was cute. They also had the black spider web outline one with a light up little mini jack-o'-lantern to go along with it with the lanyard. Nice. I love the aesthetic of that one, but it's a bit pricey for me. And I wouldn't use the lanyard anyway. And this spider situation that I know has gone all over folks who follow Bath and Body Works and the Halloween decor crew and everything else. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I might get a lot of hate for that. I know. I thought I was gonna hate it, but there's something about it. I don't know, maybe it's the ones that I saw. I didn't see any. I heard like there's hot glue hanging off of things and like things hanging on by threads and whatnot. I wouldn't say it was to the level of a child's craft piece. I wouldn't. The legs are a little iffy. Like, I wish they were more higher quality legs. I'm just trying to figure out what you would do to make them higher quality legs without making them actually stabby, which I think would be hard to do with something that's that posable. Was it cute? Yes. Would I buy it? No. However, I still think it's actually not as bad as people would make it seem. So, again, I'm probably the minority of that, but I don't know. It kind of grew on me. Then again, I'm a texture girl, and that it was a little slightly velvet, a little bit. So I digress. So I've said my piece on the controversial spider. Let's call it what it is, the controversial spider. Of course, they had your candles. I believe, for lack of a better term, I'm thinking this is more of an Art Deco style this year for the wrappings on the candles. I'll probably have to go back and pick up some new candles that I came across. I think my favorite design so far is the Happy Hauntings ones, or is it Happy Hauntings, Happy Halloween? Anyway, it's the one with purple and black and skeletons on it. What else is new? But I like that one design the best. A couple of the others seem a bit more muted, but that's not to say it's bad. It's just I like last year's theme better with the actual scenes and whatnot. That just spoke to me a lot more. And I am more of a black and white aesthetic anyway, with a hint of color instead of just bright on out color. So I might be forgetting some things. I'm not too sure if I am or not. I'm hoping I'm not. But if I am, I'll have video of everything else. I think that's going to do it for me today. It is now currently around what should be my bedtime at noon. Yes, I work weird hours. But first I want to say thank you to all of you who have liked, commented, subscribed. I was not expecting the reaction that I got from my last 2 videos. I really wasn't. So that really touched my heart, made me really happy. Actually got me through some pretty bad days at work, I will admit. Seeing all of that, just constantly setting my phone off was really, really special. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. If you liked this video, let me know, comment, subscribe if you want to. I've got more content coming up. I've got a Decorate With Me that I'm going to start filming next month. I have a coffee bar tour that's been requested. I'll probably do that after I do my full season changeover, since I'm about to start tearing everything apart. I will be doing a wreath crafting with me too coming up. As soon as I get stuff from Michael's, I'll be doing that. And I'm working on a couple other videos too, including a cooking one that is an entire day of nothing but pumpkin themed and pumpkin flavored foods. The entire day, drinks included. So those are what I'm working on right now. But in the meantime, I guess I will see you in the next one. Thanks again, and happy hauntings.